When a judge's gavel comes down, it usually signals closure. But for Kimberly Ann Scott, known to the world as Eminem's ex-wife, that sound carried something heavier. Not just the end of a court case, but the possible end of an entire chapter of her life. Ever wondered where you really come from? Not the stories, but the science. On this channel, we decode real DNA, uncover lost ancestries, and bring ancient genomes to life through cinematic storytelling. If that excites you, subscribe for weekly insights. Like the video to support science-based history, and drop a comment. Your questions help guide what we explore next. For years, Kim Mathers had lived under a microscope. Every mistake magnified, every struggle turned into a headline. So when her sentence was finalized, many expected the worst: prison, public disgrace, another dramatic collapse tied forever to Eminem's name. Instead, the ruling left people divided, some calling it mercy, others calling it privilege. And yet behind the headlines was a deeper story about mental health, accountability, and what goodbye forever really means. October 7, 2015 wasn't just another DUI report. That night, Kim drove her black Cadillac Escalade through a quiet Michigan township, veering off the road and slamming into a utility pole before flipping into a ditch. Police arrived expecting a routine drunk driving case. What they found instead was a woman visibly shaken, emotionally broken, and intoxicated beyond legal limits. According to reports, Kim admitted she had consumed an entire fifth of rum before driving. At first, the media treated it as another reckless incident tied to a troubled celebrity figure. But weeks later, the narrative changed dramatically. Kim revealed that the crash wasn't accidental, it was intentional. She later admitted the drive was an attempt to end her life. Suddenly, the case wasn't just about alcohol, it was about despair. This wasn't Kim Mathers' first encounter with the law. Over the years, she had faced arrests, substance-related incidents, and unresolved personal battles that followed her like a shadow. Critics were quick to point out the pattern. Supporters argued the pattern was pain, untreated and ignored. By the time her case reached sentencing, public opinion was already split. Some wanted punishment, others wanted intervention. And hovering over everything was one uncomfortable question: would Eminem's name change the outcome? Long before tabloids and courtrooms, Kim was just a teenager trying to survive. Raised in a volatile household in Michigan, she and her twin sister ran away at just 13 years old. They ended up drifting until fate placed Kim in the same room as a teenage Marshall Mathers. He was rapping on a table, she was watching from the doorway. That moment ignited a connection that would define both their lives. Their relationship was intense, unstable, and deeply emotional. Love and conflict lived side by side. And when their daughter Haley was born, pressure replaced innocence overnight. Fame didn't save them, it magnified her. When sentencing day finally arrived, expectations were high. Instead of jail time, the judge issued a sentence focused on rehabilitation: 1 year of probation, mandatory alcohol and drug testing, continued counseling, and a fine. The court acknowledged her suicidal state and her proactive steps toward treatment. To critics, it looked lenient. To others, it looked human. Kim addressed the court with a quiet apology, admitting her actions were selfish and dangerous. She didn't excuse herself. She took responsibility. And with that, the gavel fell. The sentence was final. As Eminem's career exploded, Kim became immortalized in his lyrics, often brutally. Songs painted violent, disturbing images that shocked audiences and humiliated Kim publicly. To fans, it was art. To her, it was emotional exposure on a global stage. While Eminem later expressed regret, the damage lingered. Kim retreated further inward, struggling with depression and substance abuse as the world debated her life without knowing it. By 2015, she was exhausted, emotionally and mentally. When Kim said she wanted to put it all behind her, many assumed it was just words. But in the months that followed, something changed. She complied with testing, attended therapy, stepped away from public chaos. There were no arrests, no headlines, no spirals. Eminem stayed silent publicly, focusing on co-parenting and family stability. For once, there was no diss track, just distance. Goodbye Forever wasn't about prison bars. It was about walking away from destruction. Today, Kim Mathers lives quietly. No red carpets, no interviews, no controversy. She downsized her life, literally and emotionally, maintaining sobriety, staying present for her children. She has called her sentence a turning point, not a punishment, but a forced pause that saved her life. And while her story will always be linked to Eminem's, it's no longer defined by him. The question now isn't whether the sentence was fair, it's whether redemption is possible after years of public failure. So what do you think? Was this justice or mercy? And does Goodbye Forever finally mean what it says? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dive stories, and we'll see you in the next one.